Hey, Coach Colin Castelli here with ShotMechanics Basketball, and welcome to James Harden's Scoring School. All right, so with the James Harden Scoring School, what I'm going to do today is walk you through 6 of James Harden's best scoring moves that he uses in his game. These are his go-to moves that you see all the time in all the highlight videos and all that sort of stuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some drills at the end that are going to help you ingrain these moves into your game. That way, once you get into actual game play, it's natural and they just kind of come out on their own. So the very first one we're going to talk about is his classic Euro step, right? And that's where James Harden's attacking off the dribble, and he's using that long lateral step to blow by his defender. Now, it's really a 2-step setup, right? The first step we're setting up, we're going one direction, trying to get our defender to move, and then we're immediately springing into a second step laterally, trying to slide by him, right? The reason why a Euro step's so good is on that first move when you step towards the inside, you get your defender to shift, and then it's just a nice, easy step around them for a finish or a layup. Now, the key here is that you want to keep your legs loaded as you come through, right? If I come on my Euro step and my first plant dribble is really hard and I'm just like slamming my foot into the ground, number one, it's slower, so that's not good. And number two, it's a little bit dangerous, right? If I come and I'm slamming my joints into the ground, that's really hard on your knees, really hard on your hips, right? So instead you want to think about squeaking your sneakers rather than pounding your sneakers. As I come through, I want to squeak with my toe, and then that's going to be a lot safer, right? When in doubt, you don't really need to sell this first step super hard anyways. Again, if I'm selling it like real hard, that can be a little bit dangerous on your knees. Think about staying light on your feet, right? As you come through, boom, light, side step, just like that. Now the key here that can help you out on this side step is if you want to, you can add a little ball fake to it. So as I come through and I'm coming off the dribble, if I ball fake this same direction, boom, just like that, it's gonna slide the defender out of my way. That way I can Euro step laterally, get back for the finish. Now, one issue with the Euro step is you're gonna have to learn to finish with your offhand, right? It feels kind of funky the first few times as you come and you fake to finish with your right hand, right foot, or if I'm on this side, it's gonna be the same thing, but I have to finish with my left hand, left foot most of the time. But if you get used to that, it's gonna be a lot easier. All right, so now we got the Euro step, right? We're coming through, getting them there. The last thing we want to think about is the finish. One thing that a lot of athletes mess up on this is that they try to finish too low on the glass when they're coming through. If you watch James Harden on his Euro, he's really good as he comes through, he gets that ball high off of the glass because the higher it is, the better kind of bounce, the better angle it has coming down. So with that Euro step, think about number one, boom, staying low, right? Loaded on my toe, nice and light. Lateral step the opposite direction, then finish high off the glass. If you can get those keys, the Euro step's gonna be easy to add to your game. What James Harden's really good at is the contact finish. This is when he drives into the paint, gets contact with the defender, and then is still able to finish. Now, a lot of players just think this is because he's strong, and that's true, but there's a little bit of technique that helps him do it as well. So it all starts when he's driving from the outside here, or wherever he's attacking. Boom, sets his man up, gets into the lane. Now with the contact finish, the key is to generate that contact early. What a lot of players do is they jump in the air and then they try to find contact. But the problem with that is they're already up in the air, they're off balance, and if they do get contact, it probably sends them flying. Now the thing that you'll notice about James Harden is as he comes through, he starts looking for contact before he even leaves the ground. So with his last step, so as he's gathering to get ready to finish, with his last step, he's starting to lean his shoulder and try to get contact with his outside tricep here. As he comes through, boom, he gets contact as he's going up, gets that contact, gets the defender kind of off balance, and then he goes up and finishes. Again, the key is early contact, right? If I can come through and I can, boom, get contact before I leave the ground, that way I'm gonna get the defender off balance and it's gonna get a much more open look. And as an offensive player, you stay on balance, which is exactly what we want. All right, so next we've got James Harden's scoop finish. Now the scoop finish is great because you can kind of extend it away from the defense and get it up over taller or longer defenders because you're kind of sneaking it on them. So it all starts the same, you're attacking the hoop, however you come. Now the idea is a lot of times the scoop finish works if you have a defender on your back hip or trailing you somewhere like that, right? If I've got a really tall or really long guy trailing me and I try to go up and finish like this, that allows him to come over the top and come get the basketball, right? So with a scoop finish, you're gonna finish with your hand underneath the basketball and you're going to extend it out away from your body. You see James Harden do a lot of this sort of stuff, but Steve Nash was also a master at it back in the day. So the idea is as I'm coming to finish, instead of extending up for the lay-in, I'm gonna take out from a little bit further out. So instead of finishing my lay-in right here by the block, maybe I'm gonna jump further up like right here, and I'm gonna extend it out away. If I can keep the ball out and away, and I've got a defender behind me, they can't come block it, and a lot of times you're gonna get an and one because they're still gonna try, right? So the key is it doesn't matter what foot I'm going off of. It might be a off foot lane just like this, but the key is to extend under with my hand underneath the ball and then getting it up high on the glass for the finish. Again, the major key here is keep your hand under the ball, extend it out rather than up, right? As a player, you want to be really versatile in your finishes. So you want to be able to finish over the top, but if you can add this scoop, it's going to be a lot harder to block you if the defender's behind or on your hip. All right, so next we've got one of James Harden's best perimeter moves and one of my all-time favorite moves, and that's the pullback. Now, the pullback is great because you can get your defender moving in one direction and then yank the ball back to get that big-time separation. Now, a lot of times James Harden will use this to hit a jump shot, but he'll also use a pullback to get space to then attack downhill again, right? So you don't always necessarily have to use a pullback just to get the jump shot off. So the idea with the pullback is you're going to start your attack one direction, and then you're going to plant your front foot and throw your shoulders forward. The whole key here is throwing those shoulders forward and really planting that foot hard, because if you can do that, it looks like I'm in drive position, so your defender's going to slide to cut you off, right? From here, you're planting that foot and you're whipping the ball backwards with that dribble, trying to get that space and that separation. Key with the backwards dribble is you want to keep it low, right? If I plant my foot and I keep the dribble high, it's going to be slower. The defense is going to be able to react a little bit. So again, if I plant, and I keep it low below my knee, not only is it quicker, but it also keeps the ball away from the defender's hand so they probably can't pick it. Now what you notice with James Harden is he uses a variation a lot where he goes between his legs. So it's all the exact same thing, but as he plants, he's throwing his front leg out and then pulling the ball back between his legs. Now what's good about this is that leg is an extra level of protection, right? If the defender's sliding hard, they're playing me hard on my hip here, and I plant this leg, if I put the ball through and they try to steal, they can't because my leg's in the way. So I would definitely work on this one as well. As you come through, planting, boom, getting that under the leg separation. Again, same thing if you're moving to your left. You're throwing the shoulders, throwing the foot, and then pulling back, getting the separation. Now the one thing you want to think about if you're going to your offhand is you got a scissor step on the catch if you're going to shoot. So as I come through, if I want to get my right foot back in front to shoot, I've got to pull a scissor step or a chop step to chop my feet back to get ready to shoot, right? Because if I just pull back and I don't, my feet are going to be all cockeyed and it's going to be really hard to get that tension out of my shoulders. So again, just something to keep in mind. If you're hitting this pullback going to your weak hand and you throw it, you want to make sure that, boom, chop your feet, right foot or dominant foot gets back in front. All right, so the next move we've got is the pop stop. Now this is a great move that James Harden uses a lot to hit pull-up jumpers or reassess to attack a different angle. So basically the idea is a pop stop is you're just stopping your momentum quickly and then making a read off of it. So it can be in transition if you're dribbling up the floor. It can be from the perimeter if you beat your man off the dribble. But the idea with the pop stop is whatever direction I'm driving, I'm going to pound the ball and jab my foot at the same time, right? It's a great way to slow your momentum down. So if I'm attacking, my defender's on my hip, I can pop stop and then read what they do, right? If I pop stop and they freeze, I can continue my attack, get to the rack, right? If I pop stop and they slide in front of me, I can pull up on the jumper. Now the key here is simultaneous pound of your foot and of the basketball, right? If I'm going to my right hand side here and I pop stop, I want to pound the last dribble and my foot at the same time, right? I come through same time, boom, and then I can launch right into it. Again, same thing. Coming through, foot and ball same time, pop stop, and then from here you read it. You can pull up into it if you want to, or you can pop stop, cross over, get to the rack, whatever it is you want to do. Again, key here is staying light on your feet, right? If I come to my pop stop and I pound my heel into the ground, kind of tough. Tough on the joints, slower, not quite as good when you're trying to sell it. So think about stabbing the foot into the ground with the ball, pop stop, then assessing what the defense gives you. If you can do that, it's a great choice when you're attacking from the perimeter. All right, so next move we've got is the step back. Now the step back is probably one of my all-time favorite moves, and it's something that James Harden gets a ton of wide open looks on. And basically the idea is you're trying to get separation from your defender for that open jumper. So the step back generally happens when you're driving one direction and then you want to break it off away from your driving angle, right? So you can think about if I'm driving to my left-hand side and I'm going this direction, I'm driving towards the hoop, I want to break that off in the opposite direction and get that separation. So this works great when you get your defender moving, right? Because if I'm dribbling and they're moving with me and I can break that direction off, I'm automatically going to have that extra separation of space. So with a step back, the whole idea here is you're going to plant your last foot. Most of the time it's going to be your inside foot, right? So if I'm driving to my left on this time, my right foot's on the inside. So I'm going to plant hard and pound my last dribble at the same time, and then I'm going to hop back to get that separation. Now the key on the hop back are a couple big keys on the hop back here. Number one, you want to keep your heels off the ground. If I come through and I plant and I get that separation and my heels plant, it sucks all my energy out, right? And because my momentum's moving away from the hoop, I need all the energy I can possibly get. So again, you want to keep your heels up. So as I plant, boom, I'm loading, keeping my heels off the ground. That way I can use it as a natural springboard into my shot. So key number one, heels off the ground. Key number two, you want to load your hips early. If I come through and I plant and I'm straight up and down when I hop back, I lose all that momentum and then I've got to regather it into my shot. But if I come through and I plant, boom, and I get that space and my hips are loaded, that way I'm ready to spring quick. I can use all that momentum from the hop into it, right? So key number one, heels off the ground on that space. Key number two, load your hips early. And the last key that'll help you out is to target the basket as early as you possibly can. A lot of players have a great move, whatever it is, they hit the step back, and then they don't target the hoop until the ball gets right here in their shot. That's the first time they look at the hoop. On a step back, the key is to find the hoop as early as you can. As I come through and I'm playing the slash dribble, I want to target the hoop as soon as I'm hopping backwards. That way, the longer I aim at it, the more accurate it'll be. So try to target it soon. As I come out, boom, eyes up, step back, shot goes up. Again, work on getting your reps in on this, and that way it'll just be second nature once the game hits. All right, so now we're gonna combo those moves together in drills. That way, once you get into gameplay, it's just natural and it translates really quickly. So we're gonna start on the right side of the floor. You're gonna spin the ball yourself, and you're gonna quick attack off the catch, right? So you're gonna spin it, and you're just gonna quickly attack. From here, I'm gonna execute a Euro step going towards the middle of the floor. So as I come through, I'm going to plant my left foot inside, Euro step outside with the right, finish going towards the hoop. From there, you're gonna get your own rebound. You're gonna dribble out as fast as you can. Plan on the outside and execute it behind the back once you get past the three-point line to change direction. So I'm, boom, behind the back. From here, I'm attacking downhill quickly, and I'm using an outside pop stop to pull up into a 15-foot jumper. So as I come through, I'm going to plant left foot, left hand pound, scissor step into the shot, boom, let it fly, right? From there, I'm gonna get my own rebound. I'm going to come out the same direction, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the behind the back. So as I come out, boom, behind the back, but now I'm doing it opposite. So I'm getting a Euro step on this side, pop stop on the opposite. So as I come in, boom, I'm attacking off the dribble, Euro stepping inside. This time I'm right foot, come back left, however you wanna finish. Now I'm dribbling back out. This time I'm going left-handed behind the back, come through, attack, right foot pound, pop stop, load into your jumper, right? If you get reps over and over again doing that, you're gonna get great work on both the Euro step and the pop stop. All right, so now we're gonna combo the contact finish with the pullback. So it all starts the same, spin the ball to yourself on the three-point line, quick attack. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the ball in our outside hand and keep our inside hand up to simulate like we're trying to fight off that contact, right? So we're gonna do a one-hand pickup where you're just dribbling and picking up with the same hand, right? That offhand's not gonna help. So what this will do is it'll help you navigate and learn how to get it up with one hand. You're fighting off the defender on the inside. So you're gonna come through, fight them off with the hand, boom, one hand finish. Get your rebound, coming out of three-point line. This time we're gonna sit low, boom, under the legs crossover as we come through. And now we're going to pull back, right? Outside hand, throwing our shoulders, pulling the ball back, get into a 15-foot jump shot. Once you do, you're gonna get the ball, dribble it back out just like before. Again, another under the legs, change direction. Now we're doing the opposite. So we're going contact finish with our outside hand, opposite side of the floor, pull back with your outside hand as well. Again, if we can do it that way, you get reps with both hands, both sides, and that way it'll translate right into a game. All right, so with the next drill, we're gonna pair the scoop and the step back together. So we're all gonna start the same, spin the ball to yourself, quick attack to the three-point line. First one, we're going in outside hand scoop. So all I want you to do is you're gonna take off from further out, right? Scoop the basketball up with your hand underneath the basketball. Again, launching out, trying to get that separation, quick scoop up. So you're gonna get a scoop on one side, then speed dribble out to the opposite. Before, we've done it behind the back, we've done it under the legs. Now we're gonna do a spin move. So you're gonna get outside, you're gonna plant, spin to the outside, and then now we're going to go a crossover step back. So you're gonna attack 15 feet, you're gonna cross the ball over, and then step back to get that separation. So again, you're driving, crossover to change angles, planting your outside foot towards the inside, and then getting that separation around through. Once you do that, you're gonna get your rebound, dribble back up. Again, we're gonna go spin move the same thing. So I'm spinning, now I'm attacking. Here I'm gonna get a left-handed scoop on this side, and I'm gonna get a step back on the opposite side. Again, work back and forth. That way you get your reps with both hands doing both moves. And that way it'll translate into actual gameplay. All right, if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button, and then head to the comment section down below and let me know what sort of video you want to see next. This is a channel for the people, by the people, and I run pretty much everything off a request, so leave it down below and hopefully I get to it. And if you're new to ShotMechanics, welcome, and you're gonna wanna do two things. Number one, click that subscription button because we put out videos every week and they're all gonna get you better, I guarantee it. The second thing you're gonna wanna do is click that link in the description and get a free copy of my #1 scoring workout. This scoring workout is gonna change the way you think about training, and it'll probably increase your scoring average the very first time you use it. That's how powerful it is. And again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with ShotMechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.